Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I really do appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. The U.S. Supreme Court has blocked a judge's order allowing ghost gun sales. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday barred 2 Texas-based manufacturers from selling products that can quickly be converted at home into firearms called ghost guns, granting a request by President Joe Biden's administration to once again block a federal judge's order that had sided with the companies. The judges lifted Fort Worth-based U.S. Judge Reed O'Connor's September 14th injunction barring enforcement of a 2022 federal regulation, a rule reining in the privately made firearms against the 2 manufacturers, Blackhawk Manufacturing and Defense Distributed. The rule was issued by the ATF to target the rapid proliferation of these homemade weapons. It bans buy-build shoot kits that individuals can get online or at a store without a background check or the usual serial numbers required by the federal government. The kits can be assembled into working firearms. The decision marked the second time that the justices acted against an order by O'Connor in the case. In August, they halted the judge's previous decision, blocking the regulation, reinstating the rule while an appeal proceeds. The administration had said O'Connor's decision, granting an injunction favoring ghost gun kit makers, despite the prior intervention by the justices, openly flouted the Supreme Court's authority. The rule expanded the definition of a firearm under the 1968 Gun Control Act to include parts and kits that may be readily turned into a gun. It required serial numbers and that manufacturers and sellers be licensed. Sellers under the rule also must run background checks on purchasers prior to a sale. The administration has said that ghost guns are attractive to criminals and others prohibited from lawfully buying firearms. There were about 20,000 suspected ghost guns reported in 2021 to the ATF as having been recovered by law enforcement in criminal investigations, a tenfold increase from 2016. Plaintiffs, including the parts manufacturers, various gun owners, and 2 gun rights groups, the Firearms Policy Coalition and the Second Amendment Foundation, filed suit to block the ghost guns rule. In federal court in Texas, they portrayed the policy as a threat to the long history of legal private gunsmithing in the United States, rejecting the administration's concerns. O'Connor in July invalidated the rule, finding that the administration exceeded its authority. Under the Gun Control Act, the congressional definition of a firearm does not cover weapon parts or aggregations of weapon parts, regardless of whether the parts may be readily assembled into something that may fire a projectile, the judge concluded. The Biden administration then asked the justices to halt O'Connor's decision while it appeals to the New Orleans-based 5th U.S. Court of Appeals, even though the justices on August 8th granted that request. The manufacturers asked O'Connor for an injunction while the appeal plays out, which the judge issued. The 5th Circuit Court declined to halt that order. So there you have it. The Supreme Court put a smackdown on our Second Amendment right to make home-built firearms for personal use. And we thought we had a majority of conservative judges on the court. And once again, we've been stabbed in the back. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. And if you do me a favor, I really would appreciate if you help the channel out by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I invite everybody back to see my next video.